first interview of the day right here on Startup Central. I'm putting the spotlight on Generico. Generico has raised 10 crore rupees in debt financing from Alteria Capital. It wants to increase its footprint to 150 outlets by 2021. The number currently at 49. Generico says it's doing almost 2 lakh transactions a month and has made gross sales of over 100 crore rupees. So what all is Generico up to? How did it, in these very difficult times, the government wanting to ban e-pharmacies, get Alteria Capital to actually part with money? Incidentally, this is also Alteria Capital's first investment. It's his maiden investment. So let's go across to Siddharth Gadia, the co-founder at Generico. Hi, Siddharth. Good evening. Welcome to Startup Central. It's a good start of the new year for you. You're beginning 2020 with this big announcement. Take us to the deal contours first.
Thank you for having me here and wish you a happy new year. The deal construct, so this is a part of our Series A round. We had raised nearly 96 crores or 14 million in Series A and 10 crores plus 96 crores. So it is 106 crore round. Out of that, 10 crore has come from Alteria as debt. That is the Series A round for us. We started in 2017 as Generico, and this is 2.5-year journey for us.
Okay, but Siddharth, I got to ask you this one question. Is it true that you sell generic drugs way cheaper than if I were to walk into any other pharmacy?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are so many medicines which have become so expensive because companies have to market them at the doctor's end, and ultimately the cost loads on the consumer. What we are trying to do is we are trying to identify the generics from the very same companies, from their trade generic departments, and we sell or we part all the margin which is available to retail chain to our consumers, and we have seen medicines at a discount of up to 95% we have sold to our consumers. Just to give you a hint that what that relates to is we have so far passed around 60 crores of savings to consumers.
Now it comes to my next question. You are obviously trying to sell the drugs cheaper. You're trying to be pro-consumer in that sense. But the big question I want to ask you is that, we are in these times now where the government is looking at e-pharmacies and banning them, or at least coming out with a whole host of curbs. You've seen several court orders as well, right? Whether it's in Chennai or in New Delhi. What does that mean for Generico? And given this uncertainty, how on earth did you get to raise money?
So that depends very much on the business models which you have. Our current model is where we expand through our offline network which we have made. Since there were always ambiguities in the online pharma space, the laws were not clear, and we were into a very new space where we were promoting generic medicines. We started with the offline network where laws and everything are very well defined. We comply with all those laws, and our relationship with the consumers is so strong for past 2.5 years that the companies like Alteria and other investors have shown faith in the model. And as we get clarity on the e-pharma space, we will make India's first omni-channel brand in healthcare.
So are you saying therefore that you don't fall into the category that a group of ministers is looking at when it comes to e-pharmacies and their future and the policy they're supposed to do as instructed by the courts?
Yeah, so if you compare us with any other company who is into e-pharma space, we have a very high retail footprint where we operate through the stores. We will launch our app as soon as we get clarity on the e-pharma laws, so that we are always comply with the laws of the land.
Okay, I take that point. Now, I don't expect you to reveal your secret here on national television, but how do you sell these generic drugs much cheaper?
So I think the main problem with the Indian trade was that the whole trade was very opaque. The consumers did not get an insight and nobody had an intent to provide insights to consumer that there is an option of generic medicine which is available. For example, if you are taking pantoprazole, which is an acidity molecule, the highest selling branded generic cost you around 125 rupees. But if you take generic for it, and from a reputed companies like top 10 companies of India, you get, or we sell it at around 25 rupees. So it is effectively around 80% you save on simple medicines like acidity, which has become a common writing for all the drugs. So even if you are taking any other medicine, the acidity medicines will be prescribed to you alongside it. So you see, if a person is taking 3 times the medicine, only acidity is costing him 1,000 rupees per month, which can be reduced to 125 rupees, and that is the margin which is available. We have devised and we have sourced all the data which is required. It is a different type of supply chain, so we have worked on the supply chain, how to procure those medicines. Then there is a whole education and the doctor education which we do. So all these things combined and the trust which we generate among the consumer, that has enabled us to sell this. But there is a huge proposition for the consumers that they can save a lot into it. That is why we have a high word of mouth, and that is how we have expanded so far.
But then if it's really so simple and it's such an important problem that you're solving and you're making it sound so simple, how are others not imitating you, or have you already seen mimics come up, copycats come up?
Look, so our whole intent is that we really want to help people. We really want that if healthcare costs can come down. We have seen that Janoshadi is doing it. We were very much inspired by Janoshadi model. We saw that such model, if that only that model cannot solve the problem of India, private players had to come in to deliver it to larger mass, and that is where we started. So there is already competition like Janoshati, which is government body. There are other players in the vicinity, but as an organized player, in the private terms, we'd say that we are the first and the largest in this space. In order to sell medicine, there is a lot of other things which are required, from the technology, from the supply chain, from the procurement, a lot of other stuffs. And we have seen that there is a need for the consumer to do it. A lot of other people might not have seen that, okay, consumer should be kept as a focus. They try to make money on their first transaction. We don't intend to. We want to help people have little money there and serve a larger mass to make larger money.
So that now, talk to the viewers of ET now. You're solving such a big problem. You got a solution. You managed to impress people like Lightbox as well. Lightbox does have a fantastic track record. Look at the companies it had invested early. Tell us a bit about yourself, how this startup started.
Okay, so that's a good journey. So I'll just give a quick background. So me and Girish, we both started this company. We both are IIT Bombay grads. So we did not have any relation into the pharma space. But after 6 years into our corporate journeys, we joined together because we knew each other from college days. We joined together and we started into B2B space of pharma, where we were making softwares, and that is where we realized that there is a huge margin which is available in the trade, and if somebody comes in and pass that margin to the consumer, that will be the great help. And that is where we stopped our B2B company, which was doing extremely well in 2016, but we stopped that company. We started procuring generic medicines and selling generic medicines to consumers in 2017. We had raised an angel fund into our B2B company, but then we put our own money in 2017 to start and show to our investors that this is what we really want to do. And from there, we have grown to 6 stores, where another investor called Tomorrow Capital has partnered with us. Before that, the angel was from Whiteboard Capital. And then in February 2019, we got the term sheet from and the investment from Lightbox, term sheet from the Lightbox. And now we stand at around 49 stores, and the last round has happened at around 37 stores in August.
And I'm guessing that these are franchise stores. How does it work? And they only sell generic medicines. So supposing I'm sick, I can only come to you for generic medicines. I can't come to you for the other stuff.
That's a very good question. It is not that we only sell generic medicines. The generic portfolio is not completely full that all the branded medicines will have generic medicines. There are still a large part of branded medicines which are not available as generic because the companies are not making it still. But eventually that will happen that every branded medicine will be available as generic and we could pass the benefits to consumer. But however, our main intent is to really help consumers. If the generic portfolio is not complete, we also keep branded medicines as well as for people who just want to walk in and are not very active first time to switch to generic. We want to have relationship with them as well so that in long term we can show them the benefits of generic. So we sell generic, we sell branded as well. So when you walk to the store, you will get both the drugs. Our pharmacists are well trained. They have the technology enabled. They will show you what are the generic alternatives available. They will show you the product. They will speak to a doctor if required, and then they will educate you and give you the options to choose and provide you the savings which is available. So if a strip, if you want to take 6 strips, it is costing you 900. They will show you that another company and the same molecule, same composition, same drug strength, everything same, and might cost you 100 or 200 rupees. So that is the information which we give to you, and then the consumers for the first time make a choice, go to doctor, speak to them, and choose the medication. This is how it happens, but we keep both.
All
And we
for
have
urban India, or will be this? This is all for urban India, or healthcare is pathetic not just in urban parts but also in rural India, right? In Bharat, do you have aspirations for that?
absolutely, absolutely. So we are strengthening ourselves in terms of there are a lot of other things which we as a company, as a startup, we have to strengthen ourselves first before we take a longer jump into the whole India. So that is what we want to do for 1.5 year. We want to strengthen ourselves more and solve all the operationals as well as all the other issues, bring our technology up to a next level, and then definitely go to every part of the country wherever it is required. Medicine is the highest spend out of pocket, highest spent in healthcare, and that is what we really want to solve for everyone and make affordable to every people in India.
Okay, now before I let you go, I'm just going to ask you one final question, Siddharth. You told me a little bit about your journey along with your co-founder. You both are from IIT Bombay. I've been talking to a whole bunch of investors, and you said you gave up a corporate job as well. I'm asking this for all the young guys and girls watching you. When did you know that you didn't want that dream corporate job? You guys get lured with a lot of money when you graduate from IIT, but here it is, you decided to slug it out, um, you know, have a startup. Is that something common that you're seeing among at IITs now?
It is. I think if you see this decade has been exceptional in terms of support to these startups. If anybody has an ambition, there are a lot of opportunities apart from job now are available that people are backing the startups. So if anybody who wants to really start, uh, no time is better time than now. I mean, if you consider me, I really wanted to start maybe from 9th or 10th class. I joined IIT Bombay because I read somewhere there is an entrepreneurship cell in IIT Bombay. So I thought कि कभी जाना है तो IIT Bombay ही जाना है. So that is the kind of thing which people inherently feel, and if that passion is there, then no time. I mean, the current time is the best time. Every time is the best time. You will find backers every time. It is no way that the scene is down, the scene is up. If you have good idea, if consumer love your product, if you are really solving a problem, then definitely there will be backers, and uh, backers to encourage you to go deeper into it and solve it for a real mass. So if the value proposition is good, then everybody can take a plunge. And I started. As you are saying that there is always an inertia when you are a very high-paying job. And fortunately, when I passed, it was a very bad time, but I got the highest salary at that time in domestic market. But the core feeling that if I didn't do it in long term, if I look back, मैं क्या कर सकता था और मैंने क्या किया, if that feeling should not be there, or people say that adhure khab se tote hue khab अच्छे होते हैं, so you take the plunge now, see what happens. If the value prop is good, you will definitely get the love of people, and if the love of people is there, the investors and everything falls in line.
Okay, so with that, we're going to wish you all the very best. Happy New Year to the entire team at Generico. Congratulations on your recent fundraise. Look forward to many more interviews with you right here on Startup Central.
Thank you very much. Thanks.